Today we have the opportunity to learn more about one of the newest rising stars, Simon Reidsma, as he delivers his Confident Communicator. Simon is transitioning through his third summer as a CE intern. I hope I'm not giving too much away when I read from his signature and outlook that he is a technical writer in the regulatory and compliance group. While Simon gives us a window to learn more about him, as his evaluator, I am getting to practice listening, critical thinking, and giving feedback. Timer, please allow 4 to 6 minutes for Simon's icebreaker. His chosen stated objectives are to make eye contact, limit vocal crutches, and display comfortable improvisation. Please give a warm welcome and your attention to Simon Reidsma.
Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. Today, I'd like to talk to you about efficiency. When you hear that word, don't be scared. I'm not your manager, and as far as I know, you're all doing a really great job, especially based on the way you limit your ums and ahs in your speeches. Efficiency is a big part of how I think and who I am. I think that goes back to how my parents raised me, and specifically some of the experiences I've had in life that have led up to me being an efficient thinker. So I'm going to walk you through some of my prior occupations, part-time jobs, summer jobs, and how I learned to be an efficient worker through those jobs. We'll consider my paper route, my high school cleaning, and my time as an industrial electrician. First, it starts at age 12 when I got my first job delivering papers once a week. I don't know if Jackson has a once-a-week paper, but in Wyoming, where I grew up, they have a paper called the Wyoming Advance. And once a week, I would bag all the papers, put them in I had this cart I would drag around, and I would put them all in the cart and go house to house. Drag the cart, stop, grab a paper, walk it up to the house, put it on the doorknob, walk back, drag the cart. It took a long time. After a while doing it this way, I got the idea to have my mom drop off half the papers at a church member's house halfway on the route. That way I could carry my satchel, the rest of the papers, and go through the first part of the route, pick up the rest of the papers, and finish the route. This was handy because I didn't have to go up and down each driveway. I could just cut between the lawns. I'm sure some people didn't appreciate that, but it's all about efficiency, right?
Right.
But so that helped with that process, and then I started thinking, why walk when I can blade? So I strapped up my rollerblades in the summer, and I would rollerblade the route, which got pretty interesting on the stairs because I was doing like one of these with the skates, trying to fall and putting the paper on the handle and like jumping down. But it was fun and it was fast. I liked it. That's how I progressed in that experience, even at a young age of 12 in the first job. Then in high school, after I graduated in high school, I spent a summer cleaning the school. And a lot of people don't know all the work that goes into cleaning the high school in the summer. And all these people talking about all year schools and all that, the benefits of that. I don't know who's going to clean this, because you gotta empty out all the rooms and clean everything top to bottom. And part of that involves, our process was to take all the desks out and clean it from the top of the ceiling down to the floor. But instead of taking every desk out individually, I led my team to a process where one person would go flip all the desks, go down the row, and then someone would come behind them with a putty scraper, and you wouldn't believe how much gum was on the bottom of those desks. And I actually, one day, I cut my hand while doing the putty scrape, getting gum off, and like, it's like the worst cut story ever. It's like, what were you doing? Why'd you get that cool scar? I was scraping gum off a desk. And that was the one day or one of the only days I rode my bike to work. So like, I had this like bad cut, and I was riding my bike back with one hand, and it was bad. But this efficient process of scraping off, then while we're doing that, another person would start wiping down the walls, and then we'd flip all the desks up, take them out, and we got done with rooms in really good time. Then a few summers later, or actually the next summer after that, I spent time as an industrial electrician, which, to be fair, I wasn't really an electrician. It's kind of the best title I could come up with. I was more of like a parts boy for the electricians. So in that job, I was doing less leading the efficiency, but more facilitating it. So my job was to take care of the parts storeroom and to be a runner for like parts for the electricians doing their jobs. So by keeping the storeroom clean, neat, and organized, it was a mess when I got there. And over the course of the summer, I was able to develop a system where they could come in there and see everything labeled and see everything where it was supposed to be. And that saved them a lot of time from having to ask me or ask each other where different parts were, because they knew exactly where it was. And that's an important lesson to learn as well, is learning to be a facilitator of efficiency, a leader of efficiency. And those are some of my first experiences with learning to be an efficient thinker. And today I use, as a technical writer, there's a lot of monotony in going through documents and going through formatting. So using those lessons to better do my job today. And so in conclusion, I would challenge all of you to come away with this with maybe look back at your past or even your present or your different job situations, whether you like the jobs or not, and kind of analyze what about them, how do they shape who you are today? Because even the most mundane things can really have an influence when you look at it. And so look back at those experiences and you'll find what's important in your mind and what's made you a better person today. Thank you.